Hello and welcome to Mako Tarot. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you enjoy the video. If you are returning, welcome back. So glad to have you here. I wanted to do a reading with our favorite person, I guess, that we love to hate. A reading on Chrisean Rock. It's been a lot of developments going on with her. Since I did notice on social media that Blueface is now out. So I'm going to do a series of readings on each one of them. And we will go from there. So let's start by checking in on the energy of Chrisean Rock. I'm trying a new deck of cards that is not my deck of cards called What's the Tea? This was a TikTok thing. So we're going to see what these oracle cards have in store. So can you give us some information about Chrisean Rock? Where is Chrisean Rock right now? What do we need to know about Chrisean Rock and what she has going on right now? Some reason I'm hearing baby mama. Don't ask me why. I'm hearing baby mama. All right, anything we need to know about Chrisean? Cards are not speaking yet, but they are new, so let's pull a couple. Unfazed, obsessive lover, haunted, fishing for comments, legal issues in the reverse, moving. All right, so this is kind of her similar energy that I'm picking up. With the card Unfazed, it says, doesn't care, didn't flinch, you can't shake me. I think this is a level of her energy towards people that are questioning her and maybe her relationship with Blueface. I also feel like this also could apply to Blueface. I feel like there's an energy where we're together, but I realize that I've changed some. Maybe he's changed as well. But from her energy is she's realizing she's changed. And I think that the way that she used to maybe hang on to every word and just feel like he was the world, some of that is changing for some reason. Some of that energy is changing is what I feel. Obsessive lover. Clingy and controlling, can't let you go, karmic and chaotic. That makes a lot of sense because, I mean, we know how she's been in most of her relationships. It's like, I always feel off of her this place of having an unfillable well of need for love. Like, I feel like she feels so love deprived that she's realized that men are the things that she utilizes to get that sense of love. I think that there's a level of her that has received some of that love from having a child, because with him being kind of, let's be honest, a little bit more in a perpetual baby state, it gives her something to love. But as far as having someone love on her, she's realized that men were the answer because maybe she didn't feel that from her family and from her parents. So when she gets in a relationship, she's very like clingy and she wants to be with them all the time and she wants to feel the good feelings. And as we've seen this thing play out in the past with her and Blueface, it's very hard for her to let go. No matter how much he may be making her cry, there's this level of just hoping that things will get better. And what can I do to like please this person to a certain extent? So even though I think there are levels to her that have changed, there's still that sense of wanting acceptance, especially from him, because she's always wanted it in the past. And it's like he'll go from quote unquote choosing her, then go back to his ex and then go choose her and go back, you know, so it was always very confusing because there would be moments where she would feel like I won. I'm the one, I got him, I'm happy. And then feel like I'm losing him again. But I think that her positioning has changed some here. Like I said, I don't think that she's so much in the energy of he can control me and he controls my money and he controls what I do. And if he says jump, I'll say hi, master. And, you know, all of that. I think she's matured some. So she's not quite in that energy of wanting to just kind of be at his beck and call, even though there's still this desire for him to choose her. That makes sense. Okay. Haunted, memories, flashbacks, trauma, side effects. And I'm reading these cards because these cards are new to me too. So just kind of getting them out there. So haunted. I do feel like there's a lot of stuff that she experienced in the form of trauma, whether it be him not being there for the birth of their son, going back and forth with the ex, the things that he said, the things that he did, the things he blamed her for. I think despite her trying to hold him down, if you will, while he was locked away, I feel like there's still a level of resentment that maybe she hasn't even truly touched in on, if that makes sense. Like there's resentment, but you know how you just try to block stuff out of your mind and be like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I do think there are things that he said and did that she kind of looks at him side eye. I feel like some of this also takes effect mostly dealing with that child. Because I don't, let's just be honest. I don't see how you can have a baby with someone, they turn basically their back on them, saying it wasn't theirs, wasn't there for the birth. And even though you want your child to have a father, the distance and the sometime in this, I think I would look at a person's side eye too, to be like, is this person really sincere? Do they really want to be here? Is there being here on the sincere, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is there being here sincere, or is it for some ulterior purpose? Okay. Fishing for comments. Okay. Now with that goes back to the concept that I've talked about before in other videos, where I talked about Chrisean trying to figure out what will bring in more money. I'm trying to redeem myself. I'm trying to make more money. I got to hustle up. I've never seen this amount of money. So I know that if I just keep the scandalous, craziness going, then I will most likely make more money. And then I'm securing a future for myself and my son that I probably otherwise wouldn't have. So it's kind of like, it's my job. It's my job to do things that stir up comments, attention. If it means I got to put my son on camera, if it means I got to be drunk, if it means I got to deal with someone like Ray J, so there's speculation, because again, negative views, positive views, comments that are negative, comments that are positive, they're still comments. They're still bringing in money. They're still bringing in attention. So it kind of like whatever means necessary, or by any means necessary. They got to stir up some attention. So basically that fishing for comments feels like I need to know, what are they thinking? I need them to be posting. I need to be the center of attention. And so she's getting that. With the legal issues, I don't normally read oracle cards upside down. It says facing court matters, paperwork, and delays, dealing with authority. Now, with it being in reverse, there's a possibility that legal issues, etc., have maybe subsided, or it could mean, if I look at it in the upright, that maybe there's something going on behind the scenes. Let's see if the cards want to give us more details on what are we talking about. Maybe there are some court matters. What is going on with this legal issues? Please tell me more. What is happening with these legal issues? What is it concerning? It could be child support. It could be paternity with the kid. It could be maybe some legal matters that are coming up for herself. Maybe it's the legal matters that Blueface, dealt with, and she's being a support. Could be a lot. Let's see if we can get something. Anything on these legal issues? Card's not talking to me like mine, but I haven't really worked with them, so they don't really have my energy. Let's see if anything comes out. Bad habits, drugs, and denial, repeating mistakes, can't break the loop. So we could be looking at some pending legal actions that might happen because of some drugs, or some things that might end up going down. Just kind of put that in your back pocket, that, if she is on something, and I don't know if she's taking something or if she's just drinking or whatever, but I'm sure it's some type of substance being used. Yeah, what's coming through is like, I pray not, with mom being an addict, So hopefully she won't get into that realm of harder drugs and things like that. But I do feel like we're using drugs and alcohol as a coping mechanism. And this could result in court issues, or there may be some court issues that are pending. What else? Is there anything else going on with her? What else is going on with Chrisean Rock? I might switch cards because I'm used to my cards speaking to me, honey, and jumping out. Ooh, not the whole book. Not the whole deck. What's happening? Anything. Anything. Tell us something. What else? An offer. I'm not going to read them in reverse. Cock blocking. Moving. I saw that at the bottom of the deck. There's definitely something going on with that. Forcer. Groupie. My goodness. Drama starter. Stirs the pot. Always in the middle. Loves the chaos. Yo, I can't make it up. You know that's her energy for a fact. You know that's her energy for a fact. So an offer, genuine intentions, a door opening. Are you ready to receive? So there may be some type of, I feel like a show, some type of show or something where she can make money that's on the table. Yeah. But then cock blocking, I feel like is somebody's trying to get in the way of it. I don't know. Someone's trying to get in the way. And with all of this blue, I keep feeling like Blueface. It might be Blueface she feels is getting in the way of some kind of deal or something she was working on or whatever. Or he's trying to put himself in the middle of it so he also has a part of it so she'll get less. And then moving. This could be them moving from another location or her moving in. Forcer is pushing energy, crosses your boundaries, gets what they want by any means. And it's this person in boxing. That makes me think of Blueface again, just the bigger kind of buff type of person. It could be that. And then also Groupie came out. So it could be that she's okay, there we go. So it's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up on is it feels like when you were locked up, I had the opportunity to be myself. And I made money doing whatever I chose to do, whether I was in the church girl, whether I was the good mom girl, or whether I was the wild person hanging out, drinking, acting wild, right? I had an opportunity to be with other men and, see what someone who cares about me kind of felt like more so and just be myself. I got to do what I want to do, how I want to do it and make my money for myself. With Blueface being out, I feel like there's an energy of her feeling like, now you're moving into my territory. Like, I get that we're trying to get out here and make paper. I get that you getting out will get some more attention. But now it's kind of feeling a little bit like instead of her playing small, it's like this energy of like it before he was on because he was the rapper and had kind of the fan base. And then she was like out of the blue, here I am on these shows and stuff trying to make my way up. Right. So now she's grown up while he's been away because she's had to hold it down for herself. She had to take care of herself. She had to figure out ways to make money. She's been in different rooms, different environments with people who probably have a whole lot more money than Blueface. And so she's grown up some. And so now it's kind of like, okay, this person is out. I care about this person. I want to probably be with this person. But then do I want to get back into my little small space again and play small for him so that he feels like he's the, HNIC, whatever, like he's running the show. And I'm just like the groupie that's a part of the crowd of his crowd. Or do I want to continue to be independent, make my own money, you make your own money, and if we collaborate, that's fine, but it ain't like you're putting money in my pocket. You're making a way for me to live, if you will, right? So that's why I think this caught blocking is coming in, this feeling of a groupie, but then I feel like this forcer energy is Blueface trying to come in and take over. You know, it's that energy coming in, taking over. That's what a clock blocking is coming in. You see how much blue is in there. So it's like, I don't know if this is how I want to be, is what I feel. Like, I don't see that I'm able to get back into alignment like you want me to. So with drama starter, stirring the pot, that could be her. And that could be an energy of like, dang, I'm trying to kind of be peaceful here. I'm trying to grow up. I'm trying not to be so dramatic like how she was with wanting to fight and, you know, all that stuff. I'm trying to be peaceful, but yet, you know, maybe the energy or maybe the contract or maybe the offer is about, hey, do you want to be on another episode of Fight Girls or something like that? And it's kind of like, I've outgrown that energy, but at the same time, that's a definite way to make money and get some more attention. So I think there's a debate here. Let's see what's going on the bottom of the deck. Fake accounts lurking on your socials, hidden identity, can't stop watching you. Reflecting, too late for sorry, regret never posted. Jackpot, unexpected windfall, right place, right time, big blessings ahead. Love on the brain, lost in fantasy, can't stop thinking of them, love that never left. Yeah, this is just giving energy of her kind of falling back in alignment. It's like on one level, loving him, she's falling back in alignment with wanting to be the person he wants her to be. But then on the other hand, she's grown up and she's finding that it's like uncomfortable being in that energy of like, oh, I don't know anything, or I don't know what to do with my money. And, you know, because you do know. So, but I feel like she's feeling like I can't ever have like peace, you know. She's thinking about stuff in the past, the regrets and all that other stuff. You know, there's money, I feel like, on the table with this offer and jackpot. There's definitely money on the table, and there's this fantasy of maybe we can make it work now. He's out, maybe he's changed, I know I've changed, maybe we can figure out how to make it work, but then still finding yourself in the midst of drama. So with the drama starter and the legal issues and bad habits, I think the thing I would tell you is to keep your eyes out for situations that are going to come up, whether they are planned for views, I don't know, but I just feel like some situations are going to come up that's going to be problematic. It could be around the son, possibly, but then it just could be them using drugs and drinking and partying, and it's like, what kind of environment is that for the child? Or just something she ends up doing because she's doing, you know, taking something or whatever, you know, I don't know. But yeah, let's see if there's a closing card we can pull. Messages of love. Let's see, any final messages about Chrisean Rock. I'm hearing hold on to your hats. I don't know what's going to come up. I'm hearing hold on to your hat. So it's got to be some developments coming up soon. What else to close out this message for Chrisean Rock? My nose is itching. That we need to know. I don't want to say that. All right. Now, it does say marriage. Marriage, this relationship is moving toward a sacred union. And then weight comes out right after then on the bottom of the lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Now, anything is possible. I'm not necessarily against it. They didn't, through thick and thin, kind of hung in there. They seem to like making money together. You know, from what we're seeing and hearing, they have a child together. So, I mean, maybe this is something they can make work if they both grow up and mature. But if they try to kind of recapture the craze that they had in the past, I mean, I don't know how much that'll happen. But you never know. Because, again, I already said in another reading, I feel like she's in a space of constantly trying to figure out, how do I get back on top? How do I start making more money? What can I do? So, quite frankly, if they were to get married, that would be a sensationalized thing. Like, are you kidding? You know, I think they said they were married. So, I don't know if that's true or not. But you know, if they were to get married, I think that would be pretty, you know, newsworthy. People like, oh my goodness, they actually did it and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I just see two people really trying hard to, especially her, trying hard to figure out like, what can I do to get back on top, to be newsworthy, to get this money coming in. And for her, chaos, drama, that's her what do you call it? Her persona. Now, I don't know how she is for real, because we just see glimpses, but it's like her persona is she's going to be messy. She's going to be in the midst of stuff. It's going to be crazy. And, you know, this is what makes them a lot of money. So I guess we shall see. So I'm going to stop the reading there. Hopefully it was helpful for you. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. And otherwise, I will see you soon. And remember, it always gets better. Always. Bye.